Oh, Shan's going to be on one again. She's got a monster.
I've got 2 monsters today, guys, because we're on it with filming.
Oh my god, yeah. It's going to be a long day.
It is, yeah. Shannon's becoming an auntie a week today.
I know. I was going to say, do you want to give us a life update?
Oh, honestly, I could cry. I don't want to because I sat and cried last night.
Aww.
I messaged my sister and I was just like, I'm just so excited. And I've already got like one little nephew. Oliver's sister's got a little boy, and he's absolutely adorable. And this one's my sister, so she's having a little boy, and he's going to be called Frankie.
Oh,
I know.
stop.
I'm in my auntie era right now.
You are?
I know, but you are as well, full throttle, aren't you?
Yeah. My little niece is 9 months old. She'll be 1 in July.
I bet it's just like such a different feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
like,
what I think.
The love that you're gonna have for him is just.
That's what I was saying to Ollie. Like, I don't know what it's gonna feel
I
like
know.
yet, and I already feel so protective and like about something that's not even here yet. And like, I mean, I obviously feel that way towards my other nephew as well, but it's just like.
It's like extra.
Yeah, like, cause it's my sister, it's weird. And I said to her, "Oh, you're gonna be a mum?" She's like, "I know." It's like weird, you know, because you've grown up together your whole life, and mine and my sister's relationship has always been like just, you know,
down,
which
like
I believe.
any sister.
Literally, I was gonna say like any sibling relationship, but now we're at such a strong point, and they say like it brings you closer.
It
doesn't
does,
it?
yeah.
So
it is nice. It does it brings you closer. I
also,
think it's just like something to bond over.
yes. I'm hoping as well that like her baby's practice run for when I have my own, seeing if I drop it or out. Just rub, you're fine. Don't do that. Don't drop baby.
Don't drop baby. Yeah, might be a good idea, Shan, to not drop the baby.
I don't normally hold people's newborn babies. When I
not?
worked at nursery and all the girls, as you know, if they'd leave and have a baby and come back to work, I would always, without a doubt, be like, don't bring the baby. And it was known.
Really? Why?
People would be like, don't take it to Shan, she won't hold it. Just because that's someone's most prized possession.
I know, yeah.
And if you drop that,
I know.
you know, and then they're a bit wriggly, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I just used to think, why are you wriggling? What's wrong?
So have you never held a newborn baby?
I have held one once, but probably forced upon me.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like, oh yeah, this is really nice. Someone take it now. I like it when they get to about like 6 months, because then if you do drop them, they probably bounce a bit, don't they? Like, you know.
Bounce back a little bit. Harvey wouldn't hold Rosie when she was first. Well, he only just held her for the first time last week.
Give over,
Yeah,
really?
Because he just like it's like you, where he's just like a bit. I don't
Wary.
Yeah.
A bit wary. It's not that you don't want to hold them. I think it's just that I'd rather not. But my sister's like, she's so chill as my sister.
I'm like the opposite though. Like I'll hold any baby.
Really? Or do you like
Give
a
me
snuggle?
baby. Oh my god, yeah.
You're just like, come to Auntie Liv.
Yeah, literally. Give me your babies. That doesn't sound weird at all.
All the babies.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we?
That was a good little
Probably,
start.
Get started. Before we roll the intro, we just wanted to mention the Patreon.
Patreon.
It's doing so well, and we want to thank all of our gorgeous members.
Oh my god, this is so weird.
Isn't it?
Last time we were here, it hadn't launched, had it?
So we didn't know like who the members were or how many we were going to have, and now we know. It's like we can actually talk to them.
We've actually got one.
We've got 35 actually.
Oh my god. Do you remember the day it launched, I said to you, if we get 10 in one day,
I know.
we'll be happy. And I think
we got like
we
12.
were a bit like, are we gonna? And we hit it, and I was like,
I know.
slay.
Honestly, I couldn't believe it. Like, just when people were like rolling in, and I was like,
yeah.
I mean, how long has it been since we launched it? A week and a half? And we're already at 35 members?
No.
Yeah.
Time is just going. Honestly.
Is it that? Yeah, a week and a half.
I honestly thought it'd been around a month.
I know.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Because you see how much it grows.
I know.
What? Yeah, you just adjust me. Liv's like my little podcast mum. She just sorts me out. I just sit here and natter away and natter away. But what were I gonna say? With the with the Patreon, like my favourite part without a doubt is probably the group chats.
Oh, 100%.
They are popping off. Like, guys, you need to just join for the group chats. If you love a bit of it, we've got advice, we've got questions, we've got just talking about what we're doing at the weekend. It's just a really nice community already. To say it's been here a week and a half.
I know. Isn't it crazy?
I love it.
I know, same. So we have extra episodes that launch on there every Friday. And you do get access to these episodes
these
early,
big ones.
2 days early. early.
The big boys.
But we still obviously needed to give our members something to listen to on a Friday because, you know.
So many of
they'd be
them,
lost
didn't
without
they?
it.
Yeah. They said, the only thing is, what am I going to do on a Friday? We're like, we've got you covered, don't worry.
So in this week's More Natters episode, we're going to be answering a question from Dark Heart Nails. So Susie is one of our members. So we asked all of our members over on the Patreon. We do have a cat roaming around in here, by the way. If you see a cat.
One of many.
Mr. Timmy.
Hey, Danny.
So we asked all of our members on the Patreon to ask us questions for our More Natters episodes because it's all about helping our members. So, in this week's More Natters episode, we're going to be answering the question, how do you deal with price... Oh my god, get your words out, Olivia. How do you deal with price raises as a newbie and also as a seasoned nail tech? Do you warn in advance and keep on telling people a date, or just say once and raise them? Was there a percentage increase or just an amount that you've decided on? I think that's a really great question to answer this week.
We've been wanting to do one a little bit about like surrounding money prices and things, because I think it's such a scary topic, and when you're self-employed, you're always, is this right?
I know,
Am I doing the right thing? Is it enough? And there's been so many questions around that, and probably recently in the past year with there being the nail tech price increase day as well. So I think that will be a splendid episode.
I think it will be as well. So if you want to listen to that, it's live now on the Patreon. So go over and join. It is £12.50 a month, including tax. Make sure if you join on a browser, not on the Apple App Store, because it will charge you more.
Because Patreon hate Apple.
Yes. And go and follow Susie from Dark Heart Nails on Instagram and TikTok.
Susie did one of my Zoom call workshops. I had I had a little Zoom chat with her, which we do Zooms on the Patreon as well, guys. So
We do. Yeah, she's incredible at cat eye.
Oh my goodness, yes, because I want some cat eyes, and I asked in the Patreon group chat, and she was like, these ones, and I said they're exactly what, like the glass ones. Yeah. So she put all about them in there. So it's really good to see what the nail techs are using, because she seems pretty up to date with that kind of thing.
She's on it.
Yes.
So let's dive into the actual episode.
And then intro, Liv, after that.
Welcome to this week's episode of Nail Tech Natters. If you're new here and you don't know who we are, weird.
I know. Hi.
But I'm Liv.
I'm Shan.
And today's episode, we are doing a Q&A.
Woohoo!
Our first Q&A. I'm really excited.
I am so excited for this one, because I said to you when I got here, it's going to be so nice for us not to have to think about what we're talking about. We can just answer what people want to know. We got quite a lot of questions, didn't we?
Yeah, we did get quite a few. Yeah. I think we've got about 10 to answer. I did pick out like the best ones because...
Of course. We did get a lot. I was like, whoa.
I know. Yeah, because we would not have time to answer them all.
No.
So, do you want to do the first question?
Oh my god, it would be my honour. Okay. So the first question, do you think you'll always be a nail technician, or do you have other careers in mind?
Oh yeah, and then it was a similar question that was like the same.
Oh, okay, yeah, so if you weren't a nail technician, what would you be doing? So do you want to answer it first, Olivia?
Yeah.
I know, I never...
Why did you call me that?
I don't know.
What was that?
Brain malfunction. Liv.
Yeah, I don't know, I think about this because I always, even now that I'm a nail tech, I always have these moments where I'm like, oh, I should do this instead, or oh, I should just quit nails and...
I know. We are so similar that like all of a sudden one day we might just be like, should we just sack it off and open a coffee shop, or should we just sack it off and go do this, or open like something similar to Amazon? Like I could honestly, but that's the hyperfixation in us. It's definitely a blessing and a curse, where when we do something we go all in. Yes. Like with this podcast thing, the amount of my friends and family members that have been like, you have got so much on your plate, and I'm like, yeah, we do. That's how we like it. Like we've definitely got to a good place with it where we've been like, let's change this, let's do this, but we are definitely people that go all in when we've got an idea.
100%, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I don't know, I think I've always enjoyed cooking. Like, I don't cook anything extravagant, but I think I would have like... Yeah, I love cooking, yeah.
Do you like baking? Or is it
not
just
really,
cooking?
just cooking, yeah.
So you'd rather make me like a spag bol over a cake?
Yes, yeah.
To be honest, I'm a savoury over sweet, so I'll take it.
So I think I've always, before I became a nail tech, I loved the idea of having like a burger van that you could take to like a festival.
Oh my
or,
god, like a
something
bougie one.
yeah,
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, like a food truck or something. I would love to do that. I
Yeah,
think
that'd
that's,
be good.
I think that is what I would do, because I think like that's interesting to me.
That is literally nail tech burger van.
It couldn't be more different.
Two different worlds.
I know, honestly.
Whoa.
But I just like the idea of it. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it'd just be fun.
I understand why. You know what it is? It's not as much talking, more doing.
Yes.
That's.
Oh my god, yeah, I'd never even thought about that.
Because you'd be like, "Hi, what do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want?"
That's all you get out
Yeah.
of me. I'm going to make you a burger.
Yeah. Or I'd even have someone else on till. Put me on till. I'm like, burgers, anyone?
Yeah.
Come try me, baps.
But I always make like you know, like toasties and like ciabatta toasties and stuff for Harvey, or like wraps and stuff. And Harvey's always like, "Oh, this is so gourmet. It'd be so good in a food truck."
So do you do all like the little? You add all the seasonings it tells you to, and like you really go for it.
I'm a very like. I'm quite a fussy eater, so like I will sort of experiment more with Harvey's food because he's a vegetarian, so he'll eat like all the veggies and all of that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So like I tend to experiment with like his food more.
Yeah.
But I'm a very like intuitive cook, and I get that from my mum. Like I spent a lot of time like in the kitchen with my mum growing up, so I think I just get it from her.
Duh, that's so
Like
cute.
a lot of my food tastes like hers because I just like just watch her do it.
Oh, duh, because I'm on the edge today. I'm a hormonal girly. Honestly, I'll just start crying. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, so she taught you how to do everything and how to be in the kitchen.
I never follow a recipe ever.
Really?
No.
See, I am bare minimum. If it wasn't for Oliver, I would not eat. 1000%. So
Does he do all the cooking?
majority.
Does
Well,
it?
it's good though because I prefer the housework. He prefers cooking.
Oh, that's
if
good.
it could work where I clean the house all week and he does all the meals, absolutely fine by me. Because like the other day we made like a healthier version of a fry up. We just had chicken sausages instead and stuff. And we did toast, and I was like, "Oh, just whack me in some toast." And he did his first, and then after he did mine, and I just took out toast. I thought I can't even be arsed buttering this. And he went, "You're not gonna butter your toast?" I was like, "No." He went, "Give it here," and he did it. And he was like, "What would you do without me?" I was like, "I'd have dry toast."
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know. I have no effort, minimal. If it was up to me, I would eat from the freezer every single day. Just whack it in air fryer. Honestly.
I mean, I do love I love a oven meal. Like, just shove it in the oven.
Like
and
a
I've done with
after school tea, kids tea. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
A beige tea.
Yeah, beige tea. There's no better than a beige
Not there
tea.
isn't.
Oh, it's calling my
I love
name.
it. I know, honestly. So what would you be doing? Because you haven't answered.
Honestly, Timmy, I have no idea.
We're never gonna get through this episode.
You know what it is with me? I never actually thought about this. Because my aim for my entire life was, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? And then I finally got it, and I'm like, you know what? I don't actually know what I'd do. I have only just decided what I want to do now, and I've only been doing it like a year and a couple of months. So I'm kind of like, whoa, I don't really want to think about it, but because my brain works the way it does, it's like it's always thinking ahead. And I actually had this conversation with Oliver's mum the other day, because she was asking about the podcast and things, and I said, like, I would love to be a nail technician forever. However, with the effect it has on your body, hunching over, and also, you know, probably doing it around my life when I'm older, is probably going to be a bit more difficult. I mean, it's 100% like you can do it. I'm not saying you can't. It's if I would want to.
I don't want to.
Yeah, and I just think the way it'd be on my body, and I don't know, I just don't think that as I get older, I personally would want to do that.
No.
So that's why I think sometimes with this podcast, people saying you're taking on so much, oh my god, it's like, yes, but we're taking it on now, like we've said so much, we're taking it on now, we're starting it now, so then we can build it, so when it's at a point in the future, it can be something that is already set up, and we just have to film the episodes, or you know, we don't know where it's going to take us.
No.
But almost like, I don't want to be a nail technician, but I do worry, like, where's my main source of income coming from?
Yeah, I know,
you know what I
mean.
mean?
Yeah, because like I think being a nail technician, your income is so unpredictable anyway. But then if you take away the client side of it and you're just relying on like social media, that's even more unpredictable.
Yes.
That's like
you know, you see all these social media girls that are like, oh, I earn all my money through social media. I'm thinking,
yeah, no.
I mean, I know as nail techs, you know, tomorrow all your clients could just cancel and not come in, that's your wage. But social media to me is literally like, it could just stop. TikTok could change the way it works, or Instagram, or I don't know how they get the main source of their income, but I'm trying to be more relaxed about it because my brain is such a control brain, but I'm just trying to enjoy where I'm at. You know what I mean? And just, it's always worked out. So I'm just trying to trust that process, but always working out. But I think if I could do anything else, oh my God, the world's my oyster. I feel like I've already done so many things. It would definitely still have to be something creative, but I think I would like something that's maybe not as chatty one-to-one.
Yes.
I just know that I would prefer to go into something that's a bit more like,
I know what you mean, like, where you just don't have to talk as much.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, because for you it was, like, the physical side of things, why you don't think you can do it forever, but for me it's, like, the mental side of things, like, and the clients. I do love my clients.
It's nothing to do with the clients, is
but
it?
It's I can't even explain the exhaustion. Like,
even if it was Harvey sat in front of you for that amount of time, you'd
like,
eventually be like,
constantly.
Yeah, constantly.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that I feel like I'm quite good with social media, so I feel like I'd love to do something around social media, but I hyperfixate. Like right now, because I'm trying to go through a bit of a fitness thing, I'm like, I could do a fitness TikTok and Instagram, and I know I could probably grow that. Like I say that to Oliver, but after a while I'd be like,
I know, it'd dip
bit
off.
Boring now. Whereas nails is the only thing I've ever stuck at because it's a bit of everything.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Same.
So I don't really know the answer to that question. I don't know if I've answered it, but trying not to.
I'd be in a food truck and Shan would be with me.
Yeah, I'd just follow Liv. Let's be honest. No, you know what? I would actually love to open a little cafe.
It would be
like,
so
I do
nice,
think
wouldn't
if it could be so niche, like cafe during the day, turning into like a little cocktail,
like bar.
Yes, but it would be like fancy schmancy, like, you know, all just bougie, a bougie little thing. But I just think that would be really fun and a bit more content. But I bet that would be. You wouldn't think it'd be hard work, but actually, when you're in it, you think, Jesus.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know? So
everything's a little bit hard work.
It is, yeah. Anything worth doing is hard work.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God, are we Gandhi?
Goes with the quotes.
Quotes by Nail Tech Natters. Get tattooed.
Right, next question. Is Russian manicure actually superior and a must-have to train in? I don't want to. I loved this. When I saw this,
I saw that and it's someone just put, I don't want to, I was like, slay.
Yeah.
Literally, that's everyone. Yeah.
I mean, we did a whole, what was the episode called? Not Everything Is As It Seems.
Yes.
I think it was maybe the 4th one we did or something like that. Anyway.
Your memory is impeccable.
Well, I don't know if that's right.
Honestly, I need to tell you something after this podcast episode. It's funny.
Shan, you can't do that.
No, but I just didn't want to. Okay, I'll just say. So when we were at Maisie's filming the podcast episode, we went out for lunch after, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we drove past Barker and Stonehouse, and I think I went to you and
What's
Maisie.
that?
That's where Oliver works. It was, you know, where Maisie said she used to work in the cafe. And I was like, that's where Oliver works. Went home and I was like, oh, past the Barker and Stonehouse. He went, right. I was like, that's where you work? He was like, no, it ain't. And he was so offended, rightly so offended. He was like, how do you not know where I work? And I was like, huh. So it turns out it's called Barwick. And I said it's because it started with a B, and he was actually like quite annoyed. And I thought to myself, and then I tried to tell him.
Like, I don't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, I totally admit that, and I did say to him, I was like, it's my memory. I said, you should see what I'm like with the podcast. I'm like, Liv's like rolling off this, and this. I'm like, Oliver, I'm lucky if I can remember how long I've been a nail tech for. But that just reminded me of that because I was like, I need to tell Liv that Oliver actually was a bit fuming. That I was like, that's where Oliver works. No, it's not.
That is so. Well, when you did point it out, I was a bit like, all right.
Yeah, no, it's not there. So scrap that.
Poor Oliver.
I know now though, and I'll never forget.
No, you won't.
I know, literally.
You definitely won't.
Anyway, sorry, back to the question.
Yeah, Russian manicure. So we did a episode. It wasn't just on like Russian manicure.
We just touched on
social media, but we touched on it in that episode. I personally, my opinion is no. I think that you can do your prep beautifully and good enough without having to be Russian manicure trained, and not have to spend the money on the extra training, because it is expensive.
It is expensive. I kind of think the thing that got me about this question is when she put at the end, I don't want to. That's what I saw, because to me, train what you want to train in. If you want to train in Russian manicure, beautiful, go ahead.
Yeah.
If you want to train in just normal builder gel, hard gel, whatever, you do you. But that's the thing about this question is, if you don't want to train in Russian manicure, you don't have to just because it's a trend.
No.
Obviously, it's a beautiful way to do nails, and if taught correctly, it could be, it could really up your skill level. Like, I've watched a few Russian manicure techniques of prep on TikTok, and I've thought, oh, you know what, I'll try, because they tend to use flame bits, don't they?
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, you know what, I might try and use a flame bit a bit more, or oh, I bought a polisher, for the skin.
Yeah.
Because I've got a few clients that always, have got
Pick
little,
the skin.
yeah, which isn't an issue, but I thought from that Russian manicure video, oh, I'm going to get a skin polisher just to... And you could go about it like that, where you would... hello, sir.
Hello, mister.
We've got... It's not Milo anymore. We've got another little mascot, clearly. But I just think that you can add and change bits to your prep as you see fit as a nail tech, if you think it's going to develop your skill or make your nails just look a little bit better. But there's no pressure. Obviously, if you're doing the actual Russian manicure technique, you need to be training it for health and safety purposes. But if you just want to add a little bit of skin polishing at the end, or you want to change up your flame bit to something else or whatever, I think that's a good way to do it. But just because it's a trend doesn't mean you have to do it. If your clients come and they're happy with the way you've been doing nails for the past year, or they're happy with the way their nails look when they leave, and they're healthy, natural nails or extensions or whatever, I just think that's what people really need to focus on, is just being happy with what they're doing as a nail tech, and don't feel like you have to fit in a certain mould, because they don't have to do it, Timmy. He agrees. So
if you're not watching on YouTube, you are missing
you are
Timothy.
Missing out.
He's currently purring his little head off.
Liv has the most friendly animals
I do.
ever.
Are you just gonna sit there then?
Is that where you're sitting, sir?
That's your perch. That's fine.
He's like, here I am. Oh, and he's in view of the camera as well. Say hi to your viewers, Timmy.
Well, I think you summed that up perfectly.
Oh, thanks.
I would agree with everything you said. I just think that it very much right now is a very hot topic in the industry, and I think that just because it's a hot topic, you don't need to be on it.
If we kept up with every trend in life, it would be impossible. Like,
I know.
Not even just with nails. Like, if you kept up with every fashion trend, you'd be changing your outfits every week, and you'd be very, very poor. I just think that it's totally down to you as an like, builder gel was a trend for a little bit. It obviously still is, but that was a massive trend, and then now it's Russian manicure, and I'm telling you, in a couple of months it'll be something else.
People just won't be thinking about it anymore. Like, those people that have wanted to train in it will train in it, and the people that don't want to, it won't be on your radar anymore.
Yeah, I just think, to sum up, you do you. If you want to, go for it. If you want to take just little tips from it, go for it. But it's totally down to you as the nail tech, in my opinion.
I agree. 100%.
Question 1, 2, 3.
Oh, this one's a bit of a personal one. What's one thing people don't know about you?
Oh, by the way, this is the first. I'm reading these questions for the first time as well, because Olivia
you skimmed through them, didn't you?
I skimmed through them, but I didn't know which one she picked. Do you want to go first? What's one thing people don't know about you? I don't know. I'm quite open on the internet. I feel like
I added this one in because I thought, like, they're all nail tech questions, which I know this is a nail tech podcast, but it's also nice to have something. A bit, I don't know, personal.
Yeah.
But I can't really think of something that people don't know about me.
My hair colour's fake.
You're a liar.
But
Such a big fat
imagine
liar.
if this whole time.
I know. Honestly, I'd feel betrayed.
Yeah. Well, okay, that could be mine. I dyed my hair black. I think, did I tell you?
Oh, you showed me a picture.
I dyed my hair black in high school to try and fit in with all the other girly pops, and let's just say black hair with ginger roots was not the vibe. So we had to go back to ginger. It literally went red to black to purple, and then I went back to ginger and let it grow out, and we'll never do that again.
Oh my god.
But that's one thing. It's not very juicy, but...
Not very juicy. Oh, I've got one.
Go on.
I used to make YouTube videos. Little 16-year-old Olivia.
Did you? About what?
Just, what did I do?
Are they still on there? Someone go find them.
No, they're not on.
Damn.
They're private. I don't even... Look at Timmy.
He's like, I'll check the next question for you, Mum. Don't worry.
But yeah, I used to post... I used to want to be a YouTuber.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like Zoella?
Yeah.
What were it about?
What the videos did I do? I did like a get ready with me. I did like a different hairstyles video. I did a car tour because when I got my first car, yeah. But yeah.
And it's so different now. How like it's all changed.
I know. I used to love YouTube back in. I mean, I still do love it. Like there are still those YouTubers that I love watching, but
I'm a bit obsessed with Zoe. Is it Zoe Ray? Zoe Ray. You know Molly May's sister.
Oh yeah.
I'm obsessed with her at the minute just because she's really into running and stuff.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's really good. But she's like, you know what? She's one of those fitness influencers that's actually just normal. Yeah. Like it's reality. She doesn't, shop at Whole Foods or like anything like that. She's just like a Tesco, Sainsbury's girly, and she just does it around her life, and it's very motivating actually.
That is really good.
Yeah.
We just watched last night. We watched the Molly May Behind It All.
Me too.
Because I'm not a fan of Molly May. I don't even know why we watched it. Not that I'm not a fan of her, just I'm not interested.
No, she's not your kind of influencer. Yeah. She's not mine either.
But for some reason I felt the need to watch it. I think I just needed to be in on it.
You know what? I appreciate her as a person. Like, I think she's a really hard worker and stuff. But I did say to Oliver last night, you know what? I'm not Molly May. I'm Zoe.
Yeah.
Like, those two as sisters are like just different types of girls. Like one who's a bit more, like influency and Instagrammy and all that sort of stuff, which is like totally fine. But then the other one that's a bit more like, don't really want to be an influencer and I don't look like stunning 24/7. My hair's a bit of a mess, but she just keeps it real. Yeah. And I really like that. And I said, I'm the Zoe of the pair.
Yeah. I do think that Molly comes across a little bit, I don't know.
I kind of wish
when she was like arguing with her sister, I was a bit like, you're in the wrong there.
Yeah, I did think that. I was like, she's just trying to.
She's trying to protect
you know what?
you.
I think when you stick up for your partner and if you know that they're maybe in the wrong, you can get very defensive, can't you?
100%.
Yeah. When you know. Yeah.
And it'll also be a lot of jealousy as well because Zoe's married, isn't she? And she's in like a very secure relationship.
I think sisters or siblings in general compare themselves
absolutely,
quite a lot, and I think you always think, what do they do that I don't do? But when I watched that, I thought Zoe's got a point. To be fair.
I thought the same thing. Anyway, we went off on a tangent then.
How do we do this?
I honestly don't know. Right, next question, Shan.
How to deal with falling out of love with doing nails. I trained so hard and loved it to begin with, but now I just have no motivation or passion for it. Is it time to move on? Whoa, deep one.
I honestly, if I'm being honest, I've been feeling like this at the moment. I voice noted you the other day about it a little bit, and I think it's just because I need to up my prices first of all.
Yes, yeah.
And I think as well, like I think I've just been too sort of getting into the swing of things rather than actually remembering why I became a nail tech.
Yeah.
And I became a nail tech because I'm a creative person and I like doing the nail art, but I think like just getting caught up in the like I just need to fill my days.
Yeah.
That's now become like something that I don't really do much of anymore. Like I know that like 80% of your clients get like jazzy nail art, whereas I'm the opposite. Like I would say 80% of my clients like fairly plain nails.
Yeah.
I think that's mainly because they don't want to pay for it, but that's fine.
That's another issue.
Yeah. So yeah, I think like I've just sort of forgotten why I got into it, and I need to like maybe just do something like creative with it to sort of get my spark back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I think you can love something so much, but when it becomes a full-time job that you're doing, I think it can happen with any career.
Absolutely.
Any career. And I think that when you start to feel like that, I think that's a sign that a change needs to happen.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I think that it just means that you need to evaluate what is happening, like just evaluate what's going on and really try and hone in on why you are feeling unmotivated and why you have fallen out of love with it, because I can guarantee it probably stems from like one thing or like two things that you could quite easily change. You just need to really take the time to think about it instead of like looking at everything as a whole and being like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, think about what it is you like about it and what it is that you enjoy about it, and try and focus on those things instead of focusing on like the negative things you don't like.
I think as well, because we're self-employed nail techs, I think sometimes, I'll speak for myself, I can sometimes forget that, you know what, other people that have jobs also have days where they're like, can't be arsed with this. Like,
Yeah.
but I think because we're self-employed and it's the job that we're doing, we take it a lot more to heart, and we think, oh no, this is really bad. But I was once having a bad day, and Oliver came home and he was like, Shan, you're allowed a bad day at your job. He was like, you know, I have bad days. And I was like, oh my god, yeah. Like, when I have a bad day, I just see it as it's just a bad day. It's not a bad career, it's just a bad day. But like,
even a bad month, like it could last a whole month and you'd be like really down in the dumps.
Yeah, well, do you remember at Christmas gone, I was literally like, well,
she was gonna quit.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. This ain't the job for me. And it was literally just that I sat back and I was like, if I could change, what about this job is it that I'm not enjoying right now? And to me, I was overworking myself, and also the sets I was producing and the work I was producing, I was like, I feel like that is worth more. So I felt like, even though, because we had this discussion the other day, didn't we? I felt like even though I was doing the job and I'd do a set of nails and I'd get paid for it, majority of that goes to tax and supplies and all these other areas that by the time with what I actually had left with that was my wage, it did not feel worth it. So then I was like, I would feel better if I was earning a bit more money from this and if I was working a lot less. So I changed my working hours and changed my prices, and since then I've been like,
you've been so much happier.
Yeah, so much happier. But obviously, like with the person that's asked this question, it may be something that you need to kind of reflect on, because I don't think there's any harm in reflecting on yourself and your business, even if it is in a negative way, to be like, why am I feeling a bit crappy right now about my job? Definitely. Because you say, you've been through that, and you've a lot more recently. Yeah,
I think like it's really depressing when you look at the money that's coming in. Like, you know, a client that pays £30 for a set of nails.
Yeah.
That's how much I charge right now for Builder Gel Infill, which is way too low. I know. Don't leave in the comments. I already know. Thank you very much.
I've already told her multiple times.
You know, like, what, £6 of that, well, £6.50 of that is gone just like that.
Yeah.
Straight into my tax part and my national insurance part. And then you've got your supplies on top of that. I take like 10% off, I think, for supplies for each, you know, transaction. And it's like, when you work full time for somebody else, you don't see that. Like, it's not the same. You don't think about that money.
So then that's already gone down to about 20 quid, but then you've also got that goes towards your bills as well.
Exactly.
So like maybe probably take off another tenner of that. You've literally got £10 left, and it's like, I've just done that set, and you know, it's everything included. And not only that, we were saying like, Liv, myself and Liv, we offer like, you know, complimentary drinks or snacks or all this stuff, and it's like, they're expensive too. Like the pots for my coffee machine are actually quite pricey. So it's like, you got to take in all these things. But we were having a chat, I sent you a voice note of how I kind of figured out my prices, which we could probably do a whole new episode on, just giving our advice on how we figured it out, because I feel like I've got my way of figuring it out kind of nailed down now, but
I'm gonna figure mine out soon. And I think it'll be really good to give actual figures, like break down like how much an appointment costs and what goes out for this, what goes out for that, and just like really break it down for people, because it's a really hard thing to figure out. Anyway,
money in general is, let's be honest, especially these days.
Finances.
I know.
We got off topic. I think like I do truly think that it I think you'll know in yourself if it's time to move on, but you've got to ask yourself what it is you've fallen out of love with about it. Because if it is just like one or two things that you have the capabilities of changing, then try changing it and you might fall in love with it again. But like Shan said, we're all allowed bad days, we're all allowed bad months. You know, like Harvey's going through a really tough time at work at the moment, and he's like feeling really like meh about it. And I know that he'll only feel that for a certain period of time, because it's happened before. Like, you know, he's had 6 months sometimes where he's not enjoyed his job, but then he's enjoyed it again. So
it comes in like waves, doesn't it?
Absolutely
But
does.
I think as well, there's like sometimes even, I know this sounds so stupid, but changing around your salon or like your space.
I love a
sometimes just changing it up really refreshes you, and you're like, right, okay, this feels a bit new, this feels a bit different, but in a good way. So maybe try that as well. But I also think that just think about, like when you're saying, is it time to move on? Obviously, we don't know how long this person who's asked this question has been doing nails for. So if you've been doing it a while and I would think of it as if somebody gave me even £100 for a set of nails and it was the only client I was doing that day, so my working hours weren't bad at all, would I still feel like I've got no motivation or passion? Because that's when I think, okay, it's clearly nothing to do with the money you're earning, it's nothing to do with the time, it's probably just that you're overdoing the job, which sometimes it can happen, it can, but...
Definitely. I think it's hard to answer that question without, like, more context.
Without the person sat here with us.
Yeah. But hopefully that little bit of advice has helped.
Yeah. We hope so, anyway.
Hopefully.
Next one.
Next one. Do you want to do it?
Do you worry about getting burnout from the podcast, and what will happen if you do? I did not see that question.
Yeah, it was one of the last ones, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think. Do I? Yes. I do worry about that. Because there is
we've got those brains, like we say. It is all or nothing with me and Liv, yeah. I think that
Timmy can't do that.
Like when we first started this, we did not realise how much work goes into it.
No.
And alongside being a nail tech as well as it, and also having time with our partners and life, and wanting to develop it so much, because we can't just leave things. We are very much people that are like, we need to, if we're going to do it, we need to do it properly, kind of thing.
Definitely, yeah. We don't want to, the last thing we want to do, especially now that we've got the Patreon, the last thing we want to do is half-arse anything.
Exactly.
And we never wanted to anyway, obviously. I mean, we don't get paid for this right now. Even any money that we're making from the Patreon, we're not...
It goes straight back into the podcast. Yeah, exactly.
So I think, in that sense, I think it's really easy to... I think all we have to focus on right now is the numbers. Do you know what I mean? In the sense of how many views we're getting, the interactions we have. So I think that is what is keeping us going. Yeah. Because if it hadn't have done as well as it has, I do feel like I probably would have.
We'd have been like, is it worth this amount of stress? Because we're not complaining about it in any way, shape or form. We are loving it. Yeah. But I will say, from my perspective, mine is I needed to get a better work-life balance, which is funny because me and Liv, literally before this podcast just started, talked about, I think I'm going to drop condense 2 of my working days, because I do a few long days and 2 half days, condensing my 2 half days to 1 long day. Timmy's like, tell me more.
I know.
You know what? It reminds me of Milo in cat form. Milo does this. He puts his head down and he just likes me to just scratch him. Maybe he's a part cat. Yeah. But yeah, for me, it was probably the one thing that would burn me out.
No, you can't do that, Tim.
Sorry, if you... Oh, it's ASMR though.
Go on.
But probably the one thing probably the only thing that would burn me out from this podcast is not having a good work-life balance, where I feel like, because obviously today's Monday, so I'll go home and then I've got a full week of nails, and sometimes that can be a bit tiring. But also, me and Liv didn't really have a schedule, did we? We didn't have set days, we didn't know what we were doing, whereas we've got that now. I'm looking at dropping a day, and I know that when I drop a day and I have a day to fully focus on either podcast, social media, bliss.
Yeah.
That, because I love this, it's just having the time to also empty my bucket in my head as well. Definitely. But now we're going to, I'm sorting that out now. I know that I am going to feel so much more like I have the time to put it in, because like Liv said, we don't want to half-arse it. No. And when I feel like I'm half-arsing it, or like Liv is doing more than me, that's when I'm like, this isn't fair, and...
You start beating yourself up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I would do the same. I mean... I don't think that I've necessarily put more work into it than you have, but there was a week or 2 that you didn't have the time to do it, so I just picked it up.
It's frustrating not having that time,
which is totally fine. But I know that if it was the other way around and you would done that,
100%.
I'd feel really guilty. So I totally understand how you feel. But yeah, I think the way it is right now, I don't think that I will get burnt out.
No, I think burnout is if you lost the love for it.
Yeah.
I don't think that we would ever lose the love for it, because we're seeing what we're hoping is happening, and as long as things continue to keep happening and we get opportunities from it and things like that, I think it'll carry on. I think the only thing that would probably stop us is if we saw everything slowing down, and the like views or whatever wasn't worth the amount of effort we were putting in, because like Liv says, we're not getting paid for it, so we're doing this purely from love.
We hit 1K on Instagram.
We did.
Thank you all so much.
Can't believe that. This is what I mean though, like it is going.
It's going
really well.
When I think about how long it took me to hit 1K on Instagram,
I know. And on TikTok as well, like those followers.
We're nearly at 3K, aren't we?
Yeah. And it's just like,
and it isn't about like, well, everyone says it's not about the numbers, but like we've said, it is for us right now because that's all we've got. Yeah. That's all we've got to go off of.
Not the numbers of money.
No.
The numbers of followers and interactions and listeners and
that's all we have to go off right now. So that is like, that's huge for us.
Yeah.
Like gaining what we've gained in the amount of time we have. Also, one thing I wanted to mention about burnout and something that's going to help is us taking our season breaks.
Yeah.
I thought we could talk about that.
This is exciting, guys.
Well, it's not for you guys because
Yeah,
you won't have anything
really,
to listen to.
Yeah, but it's exciting for us.
I think like we've not fully talked about it yet. But we've briefly discussed it. We're gonna have like an end of season, so like every 6 months we'll sort of have a break, probably for like 2 or 3 weeks, and come back with a nice fresh new season. And that means that in that break we can have a like rethink about things, we can reevaluate things, make sure that we're both all good. We can do other things with our time, like and just come back like nice and fresh. We can like plan the next season better.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Plan to have guests on, like we can in those 3 weeks we can bulk record, like just things like that. So that'll definitely help with our burnout, I think. I
know, because I think as well, like obviously this now is season 1, and season 1 I think people will be able to see the progression that we've got of filming setups and quality and all these things were changing. So then season 2 we can go into that and be like, obviously the money we make from the Patreon, either put that into tech or put that into some other things. But season 2 we might think, let's get some more guests on, or let's do more of this and that. But we are going to try like a few more things. We've even said like we want to do more guests. Me and Liv at some point this goes in with the burnout, 'cause we had a conversation about how to get just good quality content for you guys, and we just think that even if it came to the point where me and Liv did an episode on our own where you just asked Liv questions and Liv did an episode on her own, or Liv interviewed someone, or vice versa, it's just us trying things that make it a little bit easier on us but still high quality for you guys. Like there might be a few Zoom episodes like thrown in there every so often, but it's just so we can make everything as good as we want it to be and higher quality.
And have space to breathe.
Yeah, but I do think the end of seasons will be fun, because it's like end of season 1 and then it'll be like season 2's coming, and we might just make little changes or edits, and it's just gonna be so exciting.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it'll just be nice it'll almost be nice to know that there's like an end goal. You know what I mean? Like instead of it just being like constant go, it's like we're gonna have like at episode 20 we're gonna have a break. And we can chill out, and me and Shan are gonna go to the holiday house.
We're gonna have a little cheeky breakaway. If all of us mums listen to this, I might not have asked you yet, but I'm gonna soon, I promise.
Hopefully you'll have asked them by the end of the week.
But then it's just also as well, it's time for me and Liv to spend together that's not working.
That would be
doing
so
the podcast.
Nice.
Because there's still things that me and Liv will say in conversation that we don't know about each other, and we're like, oh god, because that's not nail related. Like Liv saying about her cooking, I didn't know she loved that much, because all we talk about is nails and the podcast, and then it's like, oh, you're an actual person as well. So it'll be nice for us to actually get to spend time together where we like get to know each other a bit more as friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Because are we friends? I'm your best friend.
Yes, you are my best friend. Am I yours?
You're mine. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Do you actually have best friends? Do you have best friends at this age? I just have a group of lovely, gorgeous friends that I'm like, these are friends for life. Yeah, I have like I would call you my best friend, but Nick, like I would call her my best friend as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have many friends
just
like that.
Nick's a different friend.
It's a different kind of friend. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think they all bring something to your life in different ways. But anyway,
next, how do we go off?
Honestly,
I honestly don't know how we do it.
I know.
Anyway,
I know.
Next one is loved episode 3. What was that? What was episode 3? I should have looked at that before we actually
I will find out for us all now what it was.
Loved episode 3, but can you go into more detail on how to overcome anxiety? Ooh.
Anxiety taking over me. That is such a good little song. I love that one. It was motivation and self-confidence, our experience.
I think
yeah.
Oh, it's really hard because I don't know what...
We could do a whole season on just anxiety and the mental health around nails and stuff. I
don't know what anxiety you are asking about. I don't know if it is nail-related anxiety or whether it's just anxiety in general.
Laugh.
But I think it's hard for me because I don't think I've ever had really prolonged anxiety in my life. It's always been there's always been a reason for it, if that makes sense. I can always pinpoint why I'm feeling that anxiety, so then I can sort of try and resolve it, or at least know there's a end to it. Do you know what I mean? After that thing that I'm anxious about is over, it's the anxiety's gone. Do you know what I mean?
Is it?
Yeah, I don't really suffer long term with anxiety.
I see I've got anxiety about this in my week, and then as soon as that is, my mind is looking for the next thing to be. It never ends.
No.
Never. Whereas I think I live with it. I've just had to get used to it.
Yeah. But what do you do to... Because I know that, that's something that you've talked to me about a lot.
Yeah.
If you could share, what you do to try and...
In all honesty, I think that with it is just... therapy 1000. Me and Oliver were talking about this on the weekend away we've just had.
That's so funny. Me and Harvey were talking about therapy
this
weekend. Yeah.
Oh my god, imagine if it was at the same time.
Oh my god.
It's worlds colliding.
Get out of my head.
You were with me in spirit. But we were just on this lovely hike, and we were talking about you talk about your relationship over years and stuff. And I said to him, if my anxiety was what it was when me and Oliver first got together, we would not be together now.
No.
The change, if you would have seen me years ago, you probably would not be my friend. I was so in my own head, which it's hard to know whether or not it's what comes from me or whether it's been what I went through as growing up and stuff.
Trauma.
So it's hard to kind of know the boundary of where it's at. But honestly, with my anxiety, therapy was one of the best things I ever did in my entire life. And I don't think...
Is it just that therapy helped you understand your anxiety better?
Yes, it made me aware of it, so then I was able to kind of control it a little bit more. But also, it sounds crap, but just it with age, I'm nearly 30, and all these things that I have worried about the past 10 years, none of it ever happened, and if it did, I don't even remember it now, and I got over it and it was fine. So now I'm just am I really going to spend the rest of my life worrying, anxiety, all these little things? And I do still have it day to day, like I said in the week, for example, this week I've got a new client. I'm not really feeling anxious about it, but I might still have a little bit of, there's a new client there. And I think it is honestly just trying to wake up with a better mindset. And for me, and I know this is so annoying for some people to hear, but I have come to learn what my anxiety stems from, what's good for me. And I know that if I exercise, I am 10 times better with my anxiety. And also, listening to Mel Robbins' podcast has literally changed my entire life as well.
The amount of times you mentioned that
literally
podcast
because it's the episodes she does are just so good, and they're actually things that you take with you. But for me especially, I know we've been talking about our fitness and stuff because we're both going through a losing your health kick, fitnessy kind of journey. And way back in the day, I used to exercise to be skinny. I was doing it for other people, so people would look at me and be like, oh, she's skinny. Whereas now, it's not for that. Don't get me wrong, it'd be great if I could lose a few pounds. But in my eyes now, I know that if I get up, even if my brain's like, no, you want to lie in, if I get up and start my day just moving my body, it's so much better.
Going for a walk with Milo,
it just opens my brain up a little bit more, and it quietens that little voice in your head that is literally like a little devil on your shoulder, this is going to go wrong and this is going to go wrong. And it's just kind of learning your way that your brain works, whether or not that's writing down your thoughts. I know a lot of people journal, which I don't think really helps me. Reading's a great form of escapism for it to just leave out of your head, but there's just little things here and there that you can try and do over your life to then you become your own expert on your own anxiety, and then you kind of go from there.
I think also it's very important to remember that a problem shared really is a problem halved. Like, if you just have somebody that you can just voice your anxiety to, just telling somebody that you feel anxious, and maybe that would help you, like, get to the root of that anxiety. That could help massively as well, instead of it just being something that's just whirling around in your own body and mind. Like, just speaking it into existence. Even if you just say it to your phone camera or something, like,
literally, that's what I've done that in the past, where I've had a really bad day and I haven't wanted to lean on, because I've lent on Oliver so much over the last 10 years to a point where I actually feel very guilty about it. But
he's lent on you.
Yeah, but not as much as I have on him. Nowhere near. Like, it was to the point where every day I was like, can't do this. Like, I need to have to talk me out of this, and it was constant. Which is why I then went to therapy, because my therapist was someone who didn't know me, didn't know my family. I could rant about my mum or my dad or whoever. Sorry, Dad, if you're listening to this. Not really about you. Want about you that much. Love you. But I would say to this person all of my worries, all of the things. She don't know any of those people. She's not going to go tell anyone. And when our call ends, she's forgotten about it. It doesn't rest on her shoulders. Whereas with Oliver, all day he'd be worrying about me. Are you okay? Are you alright? And it would slowly weigh him down. And I know counselling and therapy, it can be expensive, because I ended up having to do it private, because, you know, NHS. But to me, that is the best money I have ever spent on myself, ever in my entire life.
And there's things like BetterHelp. That's like a good... platform,
but
that's maybe slightly cheaper than...
for context though, my therapy sessions for an hour were £45. It was over Zoom.
That's not bad.
No, I don't think that's bad at all. £45, it was literally like, absolutely, I'd have paid over £100 for some of the sessions we had. And it was on a website. Oliver actually found it for me. It was really funny. He was like, I'm getting you a therapist and I'm going to pay for the first couple of sessions. I was like, no. I was like, no, I'll pay my way, don't worry. But he found me it, and it was just, if you type into Google about therapists, and there's like a local community of the ones near you, and they say if they do them in person or over Zoom, because I know for different people it's just different.
That's
and
so good.
it was life changing. So I'd highly recommend, but obviously if you can't afford that, there are other ways to do it. But we could do a whole episode on that.
Yeah, we could.
I'd just carry on going, honestly.
No, that's really good advice. I think, like, it's difficult for me to give advice on it, because it is something that I get anxiety, but I think in a very normal way. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, in just a way that a regular person would just get anxiety.
Like an average amount.
Yeah, not like an anxious person.
No.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to, like, give advice, so I think it's really good that you can...
that we've got one anxious girlie in the room.
You can give your input.
There we go. Expertise.
But there's also, like, apps like Calm and Headspace and all of those sorts of things that can really help you, like, it sounds so cliche, but, like, meditate, you know, like, just breathe. Yeah. Like, breathing helps massively.
Yeah.
Like,
even sometimes I'll just say to myself out loud, you've got a new client tomorrow, but every new client you've ever done is left here with a massive smile on their face, so enjoy it, because honestly, time is going so quickly. Time is going so quickly. Like, I'm legit 30 next year, and I just think and I just think I know, literally.
No, I'm joking, she's not old. To anyone that's listening is over 30, you're not old. I was
honestly
joking.
I'm more excited about my 30s and my 20s. I think I've said it to you before. I'm so excited for them. I just think
maybe
it's a
your
time.
anxiety will go.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm come on, as soon as I blow out those candles, poof, gone.
Yeah,
maybe that's what happens.
That'd be so good.
But have you
like
not
magic.
noticed though, like, people who are 30s, 40s, 50s, they say you get more carefree, and honestly I can feel myself just being like, you know what, fuck it. Yeah. Actually, I don't care anymore.
No,
like, if something's going to happen, bring it on.
Yeah.
Bush.
You've been through a lot in your life. You can go through...
Exactly. Literally,
anything.
The worst has been.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Honestly.
Right, next question. Do you think a nail technician should have a typical traditional salon experience?
See, I didn't really know what they meant by this.
I think they mean, like, should a nail technician, like, have to work in a salon? Like, you know, like... a high street salon.
Oh, what, for them to experience it, or for the clients?
No, for them to experience.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it meant for the clients to have that salon experience. Should they have that traditional experience?
Do you think a nail technician should have a typical traditional salon experience?
Like, as in for the client? I didn't know if it meant that or if it meant for the nail tech.
I think it means for the nail.
For the nail tech.
That's how I interpreted it.
Okay,
anyway.
well, interpret it your way, because you're smarter than me.
I have not had a typical traditional salon experience. And I do not feel the need to do that. Thank you very much. No, I don't think it's necessary. I think that you can pave your own way. You don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to experience what the nail techs before us have experienced.
I don't think it's traditional anymore.
No, I
do not think having a salon experience is traditional. I think it's very much what it used to be, but now it's so different.
Yeah, of course.
So different.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessary.
I don't. I think when I had it, it just proved to me that I don't want to be at a salon. I was like, I know that's definitely not what I want to do. So that kind of helped that out for me. But nowadays, I just think you need to work wherever you're comfortable, wherever you feel like you're able to perform the best.
Yeah, that's why you became a nail technician, because you want to work for yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's necessary.
And I think clients prefer the one-to-one home salons.
I agree, yeah. I think that most people do prefer that. I think that, like, if I moved to a salon, I think I would lose half of my clients.
Yeah.
I definitely would.
Yeah.
They wouldn't like
Everyone just likes to go.
Unless it was my own salon.
Yeah. Liv Salon.
Yeah.
Get booked in.
Oh, that was a quick one. That was the quickest we've answered.
I know, because I don't really feel like, because I only worked in a salon for a month and a bit, not a long period of time, so I just don't feel like I understand why some nail techs think they do. I think when you start out, you think so much into so many different things, like I did. And you really don't need to think it. At the end of the day, if you're happy where you are and, it's a nice environment for your client and you feel comfortable, that's all that matters. I think you don't need to think into all these things, because it's just probably going to end up costing you more money. You just need to have a desk, have all your nail stuff, and just go. I think some people also, I know me, myself included, use it as an excuse. Like, when I'm in a salon, that's when it'll be serious. And when I do this, that's when I'll be serious. Just do it. You don't need to have all this fancy setup. I think sometimes people think it looks better in a salon, and half the time it doesn't. You can do it from home and it can just look as beautiful.
Definitely.
With pictures. Gold frames.
Did you see that somebody commented on the price tag that's still on my picture?
Oh, that?
Yeah. I was like, how did you see that?
It adds character, okay?
Like, leave me alone.
I didn't even see that. The plant covers it.
No, it was funny, actually. She was
joking around. She was having a little joke.
Yeah. What changes would you love to see in the nail tech world?
Whoa.
That's
a big question.
Oh, one thing that pops into my head.
Go on.
Is related to social media. I think that the nail side of social media needs to take a leaf out of the rest of the social media's book. Okay.
Just fuming.
No, it makes me mad. I think as nail technicians, obviously it's really a niche side of social media, isn't it? But I think that I've spoken to you about this before. I think the way that brands just
Sorry, I had a bad feeling. Yeah, I had a bad feeling.
Is it still going?
Yeah, still going.
Okay. The way that brands expect so much from us for so little.
Yeah, you know what? 10 out of 10.
It fucking infuriates me. Like, it really does. Because I think that, like, okay, it's so nice to receive free things. Of course it is. Like, nail products are expensive. Like, let's face it. It is nice to get free things in the post. Yeah. But I think because we get so caught up in wanting to grow on social media and we think, oh, a brand's recognise me, they want to send me something, all we do is end up getting excited and going, yeah, like, I'll have that free product.
Yeah.
Without really thinking about, like, what goes into that and the expectations that come with it. Because most of the time, with those free products come expectations from brands that you need to create this type of content or this type of content.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but you're not paying me for that. Do
you
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when the rest of the social media is so different.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at social media influencers and how much money they earn from being social media influencers. Yeah. And I get that, like, for a lot of us, social media is like a side hustle along with being a nail technician.
No, but I don't see how it couldn't become more than a side hustle with what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, these brands are just, I honestly feel like taking advantage of us. Like, they just are.
I feel like I do miss the whole, like, opportunities that there are. I feel like there isn't any opportunities anymore. Like, I do feel like I've kind of done everything I want to do, and then it's like, you know what I mean? Now I'm like, well, why else am I like shouting about this and shouting about that? It's like, you don't. It's hard for it not to come across in a greedy way that we're just like, oh, give me this, give me that. Because obviously, like we say, free stuff is great, but like I've said on my TikTok videos before, I'm not just going to take free stuff from any brand because it's free stuff. I don't want all that. No. I don't want it. Like, I have my brands that I use. I just wish there was more opportunities there for things like that. I wish that sometimes it would feel more like a community than it does right now. I do wish it would go back to how it used to be a little bit more, where it was, you know, there was exciting things. Like, the amount of times people message me and be like, oh, can I have your code for this? And it's like, I don't have one.
I know. Because for some reason, like, there's this switch that's, like, happened, and now all of a sudden brands don't want to have brand ambassadors anymore. And I get it. Like, I do understand it. I understand
that, so like, they can include more people, which is fair enough.
But those people that are supporting your brand continuously, constantly shouting about your brand, the brand is aware that they get sales from that person, and you're not giving them something back monetarily, not free products, monetarily, because the money, you know, the money means more than just going, oh, here, have like this free stuff, because it doesn't feel, I don't know how to explain what I'm saying.
No, I know what you mean.
It frustrates me.
I was talking to one of my nail tech friends not long ago, and she uses a brand, and she was like, I'm no longer going to film the content for that brand, because she said the amount of time she's getting messages, can I use your code, and she's got to say to these people, I ain't got a code, but they're still going to go to their website and order that thing because of that video that this person's posted. They're still going to go to the website, buy that, but they get nothing from it, even though they sent that customer there, and they're going to keep going back and probably become a regular customer, but she doesn't get anything.
That's exactly the same as me.
And she said, I'm not going to do, she said, until I see something from it, I'm not going to continue doing videos and promoting it, because what am I getting from that?
Exactly.
TikTok Creator Fund, there's no this is why I don't understand how people can do it as full-time things, because there's no money from it. TikTok Shop, some people do that a lot, okay, but then I don't want my profile to become a full TikTok Shop profile. So then it's like, what way do you go? Stop doing videos about it?
I know.
And then what do you have to talk about as a nail tech if you're not talking about your products you're using? I just feel like, as grateful as we are, I feel like
something's got to change.
Yeah, especially this person, because this person is very much she shouts about a particular brand so much. Yeah. And it's like, that brand should look and see, she's one of our biggest supporters. She is one person that if you said that brand, people would know exactly probably who you're talking about, and she's not getting the things she deserves from that, and that brand's aware she's doing it, but they're choosing to probably ignore it. And I think that, okay, don't have brand ambassadorships, but maybe look at the top tier people that are consistently shouting about your brand and being honest, and give them something. You don't have to go on trips, you don't have to do all this stuff, but just at least help fun, like, you know.
That's the thing, is like,
it's a career.
Exactly. Like, you know, even if it's just, like, aside from brand ambassadorships, even if it's just paying for content, like, pay a flat fee for a video that you want somebody to create. Like, why is that not happening? I don't get it.
And it's hard because, okay, it's for nail techs who are doing videos for brands, or whatever, not for brands, but talking about a particular product from a brand, say, because they want to do a review on it. Okay, that was our choice to make that video, and that was our decision to. But when we're consistently being asked questions about it, and we're actually doing it out of the goodness of our heart to help promote this brand, or any brand, or whatever, then I don't know, I would personally just see it as, yeah, right, you know what, this person supports us a lot, and we want to support you because we support them, sort of thing. So I do think, I mean, like,
look how small we are as a podcast, and every episode we shout somebody out. That, you know. It's not hard. No, I do sometimes wish that we could go back a little bit in that way. I think still involve everybody. Involve everybody in loads of different ways. Ask someone to film a video, ask someone if they want free products, ask this and that. But I think it gets to a point where free products, it's like, I hate the way that like your value is placed on how many followers you have as well. I think like you know, these nail techs that have like 50k plus followers, I mean that's amazing for them, like don't know how you've done it, but well done. But like then they're the ones that get all like the free stuff sent to them, and they're the ones that get like the brand deals, when you like these brands should be helping the smaller creators. You know, like
the smaller creators are actually the ones.
They've already made it. They've already got the followers. They've already got, and I understand that they're wanting to get something out of the numbers, but you will find that like micro influencers will gain you more.
100%.
More
micro influencers have a bigger
sales.
impact because people can relate more to the micro influencers, rather than the people on, you know, that have got over 50,000 followers and they're not giving their real opinion because they've been paid to have that opinion. Whereas I just think that if you had something to work, it's good for both ends. It's good for the brand and it's good for you. If you've got like, say even just a code, it's good for you because you've got a reason. You've got more of a reason to promote that brand. Whereas I know my friend, she's like, I'm no longer gonna do content on this brand because I'm not getting anything from it and it's not fair on me. And I thought, slay. Yeah,
that's exact.
You go, girl.
It's the exact same with how I felt. Yeah, I just like I used to do like a lot of content for Hona. And I still love Hona and I use them all the time. Like I love them as a brand, but it just got to the point where everyone was like messaging me like, you know, where's your code for Hona? And I'm like, well, I don't have one.
Yeah, but you would think you did. Yeah. Because of how much. And I once got.
And then I start feeling like a fool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh my god, that's what I was just gonna say. I once got a message and that person wasn't anything malicious by it, but she was like, can I use your code for this? For this product, and I was like, oh, I don't have a code, and she was like, she literally put, so why do you go on about them all the time then? Yeah. And it's like, and that's when
people
I was kind of like,
to me before.
Oh my god, yeah. And it is a little bit embarrassing because it's like you're literally giving them free promotion. That's what it is. It's free promotion, isn't it? Really.
When I first started like following some of these brands that are now quite big, I had more followers than they did. I did.
That's mad. That's
Isn't that
mad.
Crazy?
Yeah.
But when you think about it like that, it's like, what is going on here?
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I know. I just wish, you know what it is as well? I wish there was more to work towards. I wish that there was more of a goal, because I kind of feel at the minute like I'm just floating.
I know.
Like I've got something really exciting with, I don't know if I can say it because I think this episode's going out
this Friday.
Yeah, I can't say it yet, but I've got something exciting coming. And to me, I can't wait to shout about this on an episode because this is the way.
Have you already spoken about it?
No, I don't think so.
I think you have.
Have I?
I'm pretty sure you have.
Have I? When?
I don't know. Maybe you haven't. Maybe it was just to me, but I could have sworn you mentioned it in another episode.
I don't know if I have. I hope not. But anyway,
it doesn't matter anyway.
There's something coming out soon, and I'm like, that is exactly how it should be done.
Yeah.
1000%, and I'm gonna really shout about it when I'm able. Trust me, because I can't wait. I just think it's the most perfect way, and I think a lot of other people should take note of the way this person's doing it. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now.
Yeah. It's like with Polished by Lauren, like, you know, my brand ambassadorship with him.
Oh, yeah.
With her and Nabovi. It's like, well, Lauren is a small business, and she's still doing that with me. Do you know what I mean?
Because like, Lauren is also the nail tech who knows how it feels to probably
that's true.
Not get any.
That is true. She can relate.
That's so true.
Right, one more question. We're going to have to answer it quickly.
What's one thing you admire about each other's work? Oh!
I admire your...
Whoa, you've thought about this. Well, straight off the tongue.
I've just thought about it when I was writing it down. I admire how ambitious you are with your nail art. That's what I admire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ambitious.
What?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, like how elaborate your designs are and stuff. Like, I think it's amazing.
See, I just don't think sometimes it does the inspo justice. I'm like,
oh, shut up.
I know, but that's never going to change in my little old head. I admire...
You're proud of yourself.
Oh, thanks. I admire about Liv how just every photo you put on, I'm just like, she's done it again. She smashed it again. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a bad set from you, ever. I think I'm just like, bore off being perfect, man.
Oh, shut up. I can show you some bad sets. Make you feel better about yourself if you want.
I can show you a few. A little nibble. No, but I just think everything you produce, you make everything look so easy. You did a set once and I was just like,
Shut up.
I was like, how's she done that?
You make everything look easy.
No.
Okay.
No. But I think that when you're just like...
Well, we just love each other, so cut the cameras.
Yeah,
quick.
cut the Jump on her.
Right, we're going to have to stop
I
because
know.
we're already at an hour and 10 minutes. We said that this would only be an hour.
Tut.
Gone over.
I know.
Nail Tech Spotlight.
Woo, woo, woo,
Woo,
woo.
woo, woo. This one is a good one. This week's Nail Tech Spotlight is Nails by Shan, not this one.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate
I knew you were going to do that.
When you first said it, I was like, who, me? And then I was like, oh, I know who you're talking about, yes.
So her handle is nails.by Shan, and it's Sian.
Yes.
Yes. She is incredibly talented. Her nail art, I literally have a crush on her.
If you have read the book series Fourth Wing,
Yes.
I haven't read Onyx Storm yet.
She's also doing an Akatar set, I'm pretty sure. I think.
But pinned to the top of her profile is Onyx Storm nails.
My God.
Just perfection.
To die for.
Oh my God, just incredible. I don't have any words, clearly.
No.
I have no words.
And aside from her nail art, her prep, she uses Nabovi as well. So obviously I love her.
Amazing.
She's a Nabovi educator. So if you want to train in A-file, go to her.
Get yourself there, guys.
Honestly, the photos that she posts on her story of her prep, have you seen them?
Yes.
Oh,
But
it's like nail porn.
I know, it's one of those people where you just look and you just think,
Why?
everything comes easy to
I
you.
know.
You are just,
I mean, I'm sure it doesn't. She's also bringing out her own product line. Did you know that? Called
No.
Nail Crafting, I think. I hope I got that right.
What, like gel colours or what?
Yeah, like builder gels, gel
Give
polishes.
over.
Yeah, she's not announced like what she's starting like releasing first.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited.
Whoa, that is going to be... I bet that there's a lot of work that has gone into that. Wow.
I've been
Go, girl.
I've been like eyeing up her stories like constantly because I'm like, when
Oh,
are
I
you gonna
can't
release
wait.
it?
See, but this is why I love doing Nail Tech Spotlight.
I know.
Because it's literally spotlights people that you might, because it's such an oversaturated industry, like any industry, but it just really can bring new people to you that you're not aware of, and I love it.
I know. I love Shan. She's great.
I do too. I know, I was like, wait, and then I didn't realise her name was spelled that way, and I was like, I do follow her and she's a slay.
I'm pretty sure you pronounce it Shan.
Yeah, sorry if we've butchered that.
Shan. I don't know if it's Shan.
Shan.
I don't think it's Shan. I think it's Shan.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure because she was on live once and I was asking her how you say
yeah.
it. I was like, "Is it Shan?" She was like,
how do you say your name?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Anyway, go and show her some love. Go and follow her. Go and watch her content. I promise you are going to love it and be addicted.
Yes.
So if you don't follow her, go do it.
Now.
That was very threatening.
Yeah.
And go over to Patreon to listen to this week's answer to the question that we said at the beginning of the episode.
That Shannon can't remember what the question was.
Me neither.
We're so professional.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, as always.
Yeah, and if you fancy it, please leave a comment about some of your maybe answers to these questions or opinions about what we've said, because I do think that a lot of the matters we've discussed are quite important, and I feel like they maybe need to be discussed a little bit more.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Let us know your thoughts, opinions, and comments.
Give us advice as well. If you want to leave any other advice for people down below, do it. What emoji should they leave?
A cat.
A cat.
A cat.
For Timothy.
For Timmy. He's all curled up now.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go. Thank you for listening, and we will catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.